Alright everybody, here we are, and this is gonna be the Next.js time where we will be learning about the Next.js and all. Ultimately I will be giving it 3 hours and I hope I will be able to learn quite a good things. But before that, let's have a quick recap of the things that we have learned so far in Next.js, and then we will just simply be going ahead with other things. So when it comes to Next.js, mainly over here, let's have a look at that. Okay, so when it comes to Next.js, so what all we have learned so far, let's have a quick look at that. And then we will just simply go ahead. By the way, window.location.origin, you can get that easily. And the best way to patch, and this I already know, we have to just destructure the value. Query parameters and headers, you can get the query parameters. And this section is mainly for the server side, ultimately backend. This all these things, like for setting the for sending cookies, for getting cookies, for setting headers, for getting headers, everything, all these things they happen on the backend side, so I need to keep this particular thing in mind. By the way, it's easy to get that thing done. Then model db.ts, there was something special here. There was this, that model actually gets saved globally in the Mongoose, so that is why I just kept it here. And apart from this particular thing, there was something extra, that was this is connected variable that I actually created, and that was keeping whether the value of connection, whether it is connected or not, something like that. And lastly, I hope what is the thing that I have here, the thing is that this, that if you actually convert the string, the id to a string, that automatically gets converted to a JSON object. If you do not do it, you will have to do it manually. So this much I have done over here. And lastly, I have cache and revalidation. This is something mainly when you actually send request to the database, at the time you can cache the result, so you can force the cache result, so that the result is cached, and whenever the next time you will be getting that, you will be getting the cached data. The other thing is that you can actually what can I say, you can actually revalidate the data. Revalidating means the data is going to be, suppose I have set revalidate for 10 seconds over here. So using this particular format, like you will use the next, and inside that will take an object, and inside that object you will have a field called revalidate 10. Again, 10 is a second over here, so you can have any field, any second as such. So I'm having 10 over here, you can have 5 seconds. And what we need to do, that whenever I am simply fetching the data from there, right? So whenever I'm fetching the data, at that time it will cache the data for 10 seconds and then revalidate the data after 10 seconds. So what is the benefit of caching it? The benefit of caching is that whenever I will try to make the another request, I will get the cached response, not the new response, and I will get the new response only after 10 seconds. The benefit of is that it gets fast. You don't have to send a request to get the data, rather the data is already cached. You can just send the request and get the data, and after 10 seconds it will be revalidated. The new request will go to your backend and you will get the new data. So this is how it works. Having said that, you can even change the second here. So this thing we have done, and let's even collapse this one. Then we have some of the examples over here. Well, this is just the example of this is the example of force cache. And what else? I must have mentioned it here. Where is that? Okay, here it is. So this is the example of no store or no cache. It's up to you, whatever you write, that's they do the same job. Then I have forced the cache over here, so I'm forcing the cache. And lastly, I have revalidation thing, so I'm revalidating it in 5 seconds. So no cache, no store means, or no cache means it will not cache your response at all. Force cache means it will cache your response. So whenever you make another request, you will not get the new data, rather the cached data you will get in the response. And revalidate means it will be revalidating in every 5 seconds. That means first of all, you will make a request, you will get the data, then the data gets, you will get the response. The response will get cached for 5 seconds. That means within that period of 5 seconds, if you make another response, another request to the DB or to the backend, you will get the same data. And after 5 seconds, your request will revalidate, your request will hit the backend, you will get the new data, and that new data, that new response will be cached again for 5 seconds. So this is how it works. So this revalidate works just like that. It simply caches the response for 5 seconds and then revalidates the response just after 5 seconds. By the way, this value you can change, it's up to you. And that is it. There's nothing extra over here, so let's collapse this one too. Then I learned about components revalidation. The way you revalidate the request, the same way you can revalidate the components. Well, when it comes to SSR components, like server side rendered components, they are rendered server side. That means they are converted into pure HTML, CSS, and they are cached. Ultimately, you get the they are built and converted into HTML, CSS file. So ultimately, you can even revalidate that suppose you have server side rendered component, and that component got built once, that component got cached, and you want that whenever you send the request, that component should revalidate, the component should re-render, rebuild. At that time, you can use this revalidate thing over here. By the way, you can make it dynamic, you can make it just revalidate and all. It's completely up to you, but this is also possible. I'll be digging deeper into it, so I can say no more about it. Then not found function, it's easy. Not found function, what it does, the Next.js provides you a not found function, and whenever you call this function, a not found page will appear, and either you can create your own not found page, or the Next.js will provide it. It's up to you whether, if you create a not found page, Next.js will not provide it. If you do not, Next.js will have to provide a default not found page from its own site. So completely up to you, the way we have done over here. If you actually have a look here, so I have created a not found where is that tsx well, I haven't created it here. Okay, this is the one that I have created. So I have created this particular not found page as well. So whenever this particular function will run, this particular method will run, this particular not found review will appear. And if I do not create this particular page, not found page, then default Next.js page will appear. Whenever not found method is called, a not found page will appear. Either you give the page from your own side, or Next.js will give and render the things from its own side. And lastly, then I was learning about this thing. I was learning about hooks, and there were 3 hooks that I learned. And mainly when it comes to backend side, so you use request, and using request you get the hooks, you get the params, you get the path name, you get the search params. And on the client side, you use these hooks. So on the client side, we have use params, we have use path name, and we have use search params. What is the use of these? Use param simply gives you the parameters, simple as that. Any parameter that you have, you can just get the use params. You will get an object, you will call method get on that, and then you will get that. Use path name simply gives you the path, and use search params gives you query parameters. You don't need to worry about that. Let's go through this. Extract dynamic route params from the current URL, that is right. And how it does is pretty simple actually. The thing is that first of all, you get use params from the next navigation. First of all, you need to import this particular method. Once you imported this method, you will have to call it over here, and once you call the method, you get an object, and on that particular object, ultimately you get the, not even object, whenever you call the method, you get the parameters, almost all the parameters, so you don't need to worry about that. So this thing is done. The next thing that we can just learn about over here, by the way, there is a better way to do the same thing. When it comes to getting the parameters, we can even get the parameters using the slug. We have dot slug. It simply catches all the parameters that we have. So either we can use this, and using slug we can get the things done like this. Suppose I'm using use params over here. So using use params, I'm just simply getting all of them at once. So if you actually have a look over here, so I'm getting use params from next navigation. Over here, I'm just calling that. Once I call that, I'm getting all the parameters. This is one way of doing. The another way of doing can be using slug. So ultimately, what you do, you get all the parameters inside slug. You need to aware that, and once you aware that, you will get inside. You will get an array, and that will contain all the slugs. Ultimately, all the parameters and all. So this particular thing is done too. So first thing we learned about use params. Second thing is something that we learned about use path name. It simply gives you the path name of the URL. So you have to just do only one thing, that you have to import it, and once you imported it, call it, and you are done. So if I actually try to show you this thing over here, and that is here, that first of all I'm importing the use path name, then I'm calling that, and once that is called, nothing, you already got the path name, then you can check and all. It's up to you how you use the path name, but yeah, you can get the path name easily. So this is also a way. And lastly, I have something called use params, and there are 2 things inside in this use params. There is something called get. First of all, you will import it, you will call it, then you will get an object, and on top of that you will call the methods on that. first of all I imported that, then I called that this is search params or an object that I got. On that particular object I'm calling get.name, get.profession. This is how you can get the query parameters. And the thing is that if there are many query parameters with the same name, suppose name is equal to Ram, name is equal to Shyam, and the same, both of them are there in the URL, so you can just use something called getAll, and that getAll will return all the values of that particular query that is there, as simple as that. And not only this, if you actually want that, so array.from, I mean there is something called intrige, so you can get every intrige. Intrige in the sense you will get the name as well as the value, and that too in the form of an JSON, in the form of a JSON object, ultimately an object. But for that thing you will have to convert it to an array. You just simply get an iterator, and if you actually want to convert it to an array, so you will have to use array.from, and then with the help of this iterator you will get the result, and that's gonna be of course in the form of an array, and this is how it's gonna be done. So this much we learned yesterday, I learned yesterday, and the remaining things I have to learn today, and I have to just simply continue from here on. The goal is to give my all and learn as much as possible, because of course I have to learn the things quick, and things are taking time, especially when you learn something that takes time, so that's obvious thing. But I want to make it as quick as possible. So right now I will be turning myself off, and I'll mainly be focusing on the learning thing. After 3 hours or something I'll be back, and then I'll let you know exactly what I learned. See you soon.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays.
sees my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul.
That's good.
close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explore right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
That's good.
close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Alright everybody, so here we are after 3 hours. Okay, so I was mainly learning about servers actions and all. Even before that I learned about a hook that is called, actually learned about many things. First of all, this use router, especially whenever you want to just redirect the user to another page, so you can use router, and inside that you are getting many methods to call. Like you have push method that will simply push it forward. You have replace method. The difference between push and replace is that if you are using push, so it keeps the history in the memory. So in the browser your history like redirection history is getting saved, so that you can just come back from this page to this page, something like that. You can come back, you can go forward and all. So that is the job of push. And when it comes to replace, it simply replaces the whole history. Like there is no redirection history. That means once you are in the same page, you have gone to a page, then you cannot come back. And it is mainly used in the like a login logout page. Like once sign up happens, then you cannot go to the sign up page. You will have to then enter the URL and all. And similarly, error form completions and error redirects and all. Suppose you have been redirected to an error, then you cannot go back to the same page. So whenever you just want this particular functionality, over there you can use replace, or in the remaining cases, like when you are going from one page to another page and simply surfing the things, at that time you can use push. And then we have something called back. Simple. If you are using push, only in that case these two things are gonna work, because replace simply replaces, removes the whole redirection history, so you cannot use back and forward. But if you are using push will keep your history in the browser, like okay, you went from this page to this page and something like that, ultimately redirection history. So you can just go backward as well as forward. Back means go back to the page, forward means go forward of the page if you are in the middle or something. And refresh simply refreshes your page, so you don't need to even worry about that. And this is just an example, so you don't worry too much about it. Lastly, I have something called redirect, and it does the same thing. Like it also actually redirects the user. And when it comes to the difference between them, so this is the difference I have mentioned over here. Mostly router.push is used on the client side, and redirect is used on the server side, or server actions. What are server actions? I'm just gonna be discussing. Server action is simply like whenever you are just entering the let me describe that. Like suppose you submitted the form, and then you will create a server action, and you will give the action of the server action, whatever the server action you have created, you will assign to the action of the form, and then that will be handled like that. By the way, this redirect is mainly being used on the server's action side. That means suppose you were trying to log in and the login succeeded, then you can just use redirect over there, as simple as that. And once this thing is done, and one more thing if you want to know more about it, that can add or replace history. Replace is default. Like when you are using redirect, that means it will remove the redirect history or redirection history from the browser. So just keep this particular thing in mind. So this thing is something that I covered today, and apart from this particular thing, then at the end of the day I learned about server actions and optimization. And mainly when it comes to server actions, so I like you can actually there is two way. Like you are submitting the form. After submitting the form, you are getting the getting the values from the form. Then you are actually making a request, and then that request goes to the backend. Backend actually calls the backend, first of all checks the things and all. Then backend makes a request to the database, and then database actually saves the data, and then database returns the response to your backend. Then your backend returns the response to your client, and then finally you get the response. So this is the overall structure you have. When it comes to this particular thing, like server actions, so you can directly create the server actions on the, of course, on the Next.js application. And what it will do, that you can just simply, whenever you are filling up the form, so form requires action, and you can assign that action the server action that you actually create. And what will happen, as soon as you fill the form and click submit, then server action will get triggered, and inside server action you can actually get the values of the form. And once you got the value from the server action itself, you can actually call your database, and then you can just simply save the data over there. You can get the response of the database, and done. What is the benefit of it? The thing is that if you are not using server action, so first of all you are having to make a call to the backend, then backend will talk to your database. And when it comes to here, like with this particular thing, like server actions. So you can directly, server actions can directly talk to the database. So ultimately there is less code and more optimized way. So that is why it is called optimization and all. By the way, when it comes to server actions, so this is how you can actually create server actions. You have to, there are even two types of server actions, inline and separate. So if you want to create inline server action, so this is how you can create. You have to just create a function and name it like use server. That means this is the server action, and inside it you can, this is the form I have, and this form has an attribute called action, and that takes the form the server action that I create. So I have simply assigned this particular function's name over here, create user, and this create user is not a normal function, rather it is a server action function, I can say. It simply gets the data, it will get the data from the form itself, because I have given it to, I have assigned the action over here, and once it gets the form data, with using form data I can get the name and all, and then if I want to make the DB call and all, I can make that easily. So this is something that I have learned, and then you can even keep that separately, like keeping that in the same file is not really a recommended way. So what you can do, you can create actions, and actions the name can be anything, but you can create action folder. Inside that you can have index.ts or actions.ts, depends on you. And this is where I have created this separately. Again, I'm getting the same thing, I'm naming it again use server. Use server means you will be a server action page, first of all, this thing, and that is why there are two things, use client and use server. So I want to use the server side thing, and the benefit is that on Next.js you have two things, you have server as well, you have client as well. If you are if something is already server, if something is rendering server side, if there is a page that is being rendered on the server side, that means that page can directly talk to the server, that means your backend, and even that can directly make to the call to the DB and all. So that has rights like the backend itself, the way backend can talk to your database. Similarly, server components, they can also talk to the database directly, and that is why I'm making it server over here. And at the end of the day, I'm creating a server action named create user. Again, that is just like a function. Server action is actually a function. You just make sure that it is on the server side. That is why you just say you write one more string that is use server, and that makes sure that this is not a client component at all. And then you get the data, and you can do whatever you want to do. By the way, from here from the form side, you just simply assign create user, that server action, to the action, and your job is done. So this is how you can just simply get the things done. And not only that, there is something called form state action. By the way, first of all, have a look at this, and what it simply says that when it comes to components, if you are inside a component, then you make a fetch request, then fetch request goes to API route. When from API route talks to the database, then actually database returns the response to the API route, and then you fetch request returns to that. So ultimately in the components you get the JSON response. But when it comes to this, so from the component you directly talk to server action. Server action talks to database, and it simply returns to the data and all. So this is how it goes on, and there are some benefits as well, like CSRF protection it provides you. I have to know more about it. Server only code, everything is on the server side, even the server is talking to the database and all, so you don't need to worry about it. Type safety is of course there. Okay, the benefits are gonna be these, like server actions eliminate the API route. Of course we don't need to go use the API route. They handle from form automatically. You don't even need to worry about the form. That's form is gonna be handled automatically. You can get the data and all. But built-in security is that simplify the data flow between the client and server. Of course we don't really need to talk to any backend API, so it gets less verbose. There is less code ultimately. And if you wanna use that, so of course you will have to use a server on top of that. And this is the overall code. The best thing is this over here, that I have taken the help of AI, of course, and I have tried to make it written in the best way possible with the proper comments, so that things are easily understandable. By the way, these things you can just leave it. The important thing is over here, that is where is that? Not that, actually this is the one. Either you can directly assign this is the form that I have, and I'm actually assigning form action to this particular form, and this form action is actually coming from this use form state. And this use form state, where does this come from? It actually comes from the React. So React DOM, if I actually show you here, so I'm getting this use form state, and use form status. These two things I'm getting from the React DOM. What is the use of these things? The first thing is that you can directly create server actions, and you can get the server action from there and assign the server action directly here to this form, and this will work, and that's what we have done at the top. This is the first way. The second thing is that instead of assigning the server action directly, you give server action to this particular use form state, and over here I'm giving, this is the server action that I created as before. To create user is the server action, and what I'm saying that I'm actually giving the server action to this particular hook that I imported, and of course I'm giving it the initial value because it needs to have the initial value. The way use reducer has initial value, use state has initial value, it has to. Similarly, I'm giving the initial value over here as well. And what happens over here is that first of all I give my server action to this, and then it gives me something called state and form action. What is the benefit of using this? It gives me state, that means state of the process that actually happened on the server action side. So it gives me, state gives me the info about whether the process in the server action side succeeded or failed. So with the help of the state I can show better things. And form action is the kind of action that it provides. First of all I provided the server action, and then it provides me the form action, and that form action I can simply assign to the action over here, and it will be done. So this is the main difference between that. By the way, once you start using once you start using this form action over here, so the state of the form action, because I'm actually giving I'm using use form state, and I'm actually giving my server action over here. So once I give it my server action, it knows everything. That means it knows about the status, like what exactly happened in my server action side, and then on the basis of that it gives me state and it gives me form action. And with the help of the state I can just simply render the messages and all, and with the help of the form action I can give like form action can be assigned to the action in the form. So this is the thing that you have to keep in mind. And when it comes to React DOM, so I'm actually getting two things from there. I'm getting use form state. It is mainly used for getting the state as well as form action, and then there is something called use form status. This use form status tells you that whether whatever you have entered in the form and that went to the backend side, and of course you will get the state. But what is the what kind of state that is? Is that pending or is that succeeded? And it will tell you that, and on the basis of that thing you can actually add dynamic style or some dynamic changes to the button that you create. As simple as that. So user form status simply tells me that tells me about the form. So whatever it's here, even this is the kind of the comment that I have, separate component. So a user form status can read the status of the parent form. I'm creating it separately. First of all, this is the thing. And then why am I creating it separately? So that I can actually use user form status, and this user form status will actually tell me, again this is a hook that is being imported from React DOM, and it will tell me whether the button is pending or not, the process that is running on the server actions that is succeeded or that is still pending, and on the basis of that thing I will be saying submitting or submit. And once the process gets succeeded, once the process gets completed on the server action side, so I will automatically get the state over here. In here I will automatically get the state, and I will automatically get the form action. I don't need to worry about that, but on the basis of the state I will be able to just send the message and all that I'm actually rendering here. And not only that, this user form status will automatically get to know about the state, and it will know that whether that's pending or that's done, and on the basis of that thing it will just simply change the dynamic changes that I'm making in the button itself. So that was it all about like server actions and all. Ultimately it's quite tricky, that is true, but especially server action is not tricky. Server action is simple. You have to just create a file. You have to make sure that you use server and the server action is created, because server action is nothing but a function. So you have to just create a function, and you have to just make sure that that particular file is a server use a server file, ultimately server side rendered file. That is the only thing that you have to keep in mind. The important thing or the trickier thing is this, that when you actually start using use form state, so at that time you don't directly give server action to this particular action, rather you give your server action to this particular hook that you import, and then this hook manages everything. This hook gives you the state, and this hook gives you form action. You can then assign this form action to the action, and with the help of the state you will be able to know the state, exactly what is the state, whether it is succeeded, whether it is failed, whether it is pending and all. and with the help of this particular use from state, you can know about all these things. And there is another thing that you are importing, that is user form status. And with the help of user form status, you will know the status of the form. Status means you will know the whether the process is pending, whether login has been succeeded, or it is pending, or it is in progress and all. And on the basis of that thing, you will be able to just show some dynamic changes over here. So that was it about this what is this called, server actions. This is quite good actually, server action. If you once you start using them, it's gonna be easy. Lastly, I learned about font optimization. In Next.js, there is a Next.js automatically provides you the fonts, the way to just use the fonts. So you don't really go to Google Fonts and then get the fonts from there and something like that. No, you can just simply use Next font to Google. I mean, Next.js simply goes to Google and gets the font for you, so you don't need to worry about that. Whatever fonts you want, suppose you want Spopin, you want Roboto, or you want Jockey one, whatever ready, like you will have to call that particular font that you have imported. And once that font, I think I'm facing the network issue, but never mind, I hope I will not be facing. Yeah. So I was just simply saying that you will have to call that particular font over here that you import from Google. And once that font is imported, inside that you get many properties to enter. Again, you can visit the Next.js website. You have weight, you have subsets, you have even what is that thing called? Never mind. If you go to components and over here, if you have a look at this, just a sec. So these are the options you get. You get source, you get weight. Source is mainly for local files, so don't worry about this. This is going to be useful for the local ones. Then you have weight, style, subsets, access. You can just read more about it. But ultimately, this is the way. These two things are the most important ones. Like if I actually go to my notes right now, so you will have to provide the weight, like 100 to 900, what weight it's gonna be having, and subsets is most of the time it's gonna be Latin. And now you can easily use this. Once you have defined this much, then you can call popin.class name, like I have called over here. So jockey.one.class name, or over here I have called popins.class name, and it will start using that particular font. So popin font will be used inside this particular paragraph, and my font, that is the local font that I'm using, will be used inside this one, and jockey one, the font will be used inside this one. The next question comes that how you can actually use the local fonts, like you actually install the font from Google and something. You went to the googlefont.com, and from there you install the font. So for locally using the font, it provides something called next font local. You have to import this local font. This is kind of a method that it provides. So you will have to import this particular method, and once you have imported this method, then you will have to call that method over here. And this method call, function call, depends on you, and this actually takes source. Again, I mean the method or the function that you call, that can take weight, that can take subsets, that can take source, that can take many more properties. All the properties have been mentioned over here, like source, weight, style, subsets, access, display, preload, fallback, and etc. So you can just simply go through them. And when it comes to local font, so local font needs the path of that particular font, and that is why it needs the source, because this particular path, the font, that is not being imported from Google, rather I have downloaded it locally, and this is the path for that particular font. And once I have given it the path, then that's it, everything is done, and I can simply use my font.class name. And using this class name, that means I'm actually using that particular font, and the result of that font will be present, will be visible over here. So if I actually show you the result of this particular thing, so it looks like this. At the top I'm using Poppins. I hope I'm using Poppins. Let me check at the top which one am I using. I'm using Jockey. So this is the font, that's just a sec over here. So this is the Jockey font that I'm using. This is the my font that I'm actually importing from, I have downloaded from Google, and then I'm using that. And lastly I'm using Poppins font. And similarly these two fonts, like the top one and the bottom one, they are being imported online, like from the internet, and then I'm using that. But the middle one, this font, I have actually downloaded it locally, then I have saved it in the folder where I'm actually where this page actually exists, and from there, using the source, I'm getting the right path, relative path of that particular font, and using that I'm actually able to get the result over here. If you actually have a look at this, so this is the local, this is the using local method or function, I'm actually able to create my local font, and then I'm able to use that. And this is the path of that. And if I actually try to show you the font that I downloaded from Google, so this is the font, this is the file for that particular font, and I'm just keeping the font inside the particular folder where this font is actually being used. So it would be easy to just get the relative path of that, so dot slash and the particular font's name, and this is how you can just simply use that. So these were the things that I actually learnt in Next.js today. Of course there's a lot to learn. There's still a lot to learn, but overall things are done. At least today's learning is done right now, and I can just simply continue from here on. So that was it. Now it's actually time to just learn about I have already learned about how you can use a Tailwind with a Turbo repo. So I will try to just build the project that Paytm one with the help of the teacher, of course, and let's see how that's gonna go on. What time is it right now? It's 3:25. That means I'll be coming back after 10 minutes or something, and then I'll continue from here on. Ultimately I'll be working on the project. That was it. I'm gonna be catching up soon. Take care and keep up the good work.